Hey everyone, this is Stuart from LemonChip Gold Coast Web Design, and here with our very first video blog tutorial, which is designed to help people find their way around getting websites set up. Now this is primarily geared for people who are probably going to be looking for a web designer to set up their site rather than trying to do it themselves. It's not going to get really heavy and technical. It's going to be just sort of general overviews just to help people get a bit of an understanding of the process that's involved, because I have a lot of people that call me and they're confused about the process, and the terminology is very confusing if you're not used to dealing with it all the time. So this is just to basically help sort of clear some of that up a little bit. So this one obviously is called Website Overview, and I'm just going to outline the major steps involved with getting a website set up. So, excuse me. Basically, there are only a couple of major steps that need to occur when you're putting a website together. So, I'm just going to talk about that now. And I'm going to use this this stage to put a couple little diagrams up to help me illustrate what I'm talking about. So, if we take this little diagram here, and we pretend that this is the internet, and the internet is made up of, millions of little websites and servers, and everyone's websites floating out there in cyberspace, and it's sort of like a little universe of websites, of people that have their websites on the internet. So basically what we want to do is we want to set up a website and have it essentially just connect up and join in with this little galaxy of websites here, so that it's just part of the internet like everybody else. So I'm going to drop this down here and bring in the first step of the website process, which is registering your domain. Now your domain name in this example is mysite.com.au. LemonChip website is www.lemonchip.com. And it can be a .com.au. There's not really too many restrictions on what your web domain can be. Usually just a combination of letters and numbers. And look, essentially a web domain is what people are going to type into their address bar of their web browser in order to make your website appear. So that's pretty much all that I can explain about that. That little address gets registered. It's sort of like having a number plate on your car. So this gets registered. It's your unique domain name for your website. So once that's done, then we can move on to step 2. And step 2 is web hosting. So web hosting kind of fits into the picture like this. And the easiest way to explain web hosting is that, imagine if you were in a shopping center and the shopping center is all full of shops. But if you want to have a shop inside of that shopping center, you have to basically rent a shop space to put your shop into. And web hosting is pretty much the online version of that. So web hosting is like the empty space that your website will be placed into before it can go onto the internet. So every one of these websites, every website on the internet has a web host. Everyone and your site exists within that web host. And the web host is what connects your site onto the internet. So no web host, no website. So this is essentially, you can't have a website on the internet without this step. So basically, after you've registered your domain, you register your web hosting, and essentially your domain name gets literally pointed to the web hosting, so that when someone types in mysite.com.au or whatever your domain name is, the web browser goes, okay, that's the web address. Oh, and it's pointing over to this web host over here. So let's go and access the website that's on that web host, and then obviously your website will come up. But as it stands now, we don't have anything on this web host right now. This is just basically like a blank canvas. It's ready to have a website put onto it because we've just started it. And so in comes the next step of the process, which is the web designer. And the web designer fits in kind of like here. And the web designer is the person that's going to come in and design and develop the website for you. It could be a really simple site, or it could be complex, but they're going to do that part. And basically what happens is once the website's all approved and everyone's ready to go, the web designer will log on to the web host and upload the website files, all the files, into the web hosting. It'll essentially get pushed out onto that web hosting that you've established for your site. So now the process is pretty much complete. You've got a web domain name, which is the address that people are going to type in to their web browser. You've got your web hosting, which is connected to the domain, which means that when people type that web address in, it's going to take them to that web host. And you've got a and you've got a website that is on that web host now. So when people do type that in and they get taken to that web host, that website that's been designed will appear. And at that point, the website pretty much looks like this. It's all connected in, and this website, for all intents and purposes, is now just another part of the internet. It's just another one of these little circles floating around here in a universe that we've used to represent the internet. And that's pretty much it. You're done. So essentially, there's three main steps that need to occur to get a website online: register the domain, set up a web hosting, and have a designer build the website and publish it to the web host. And that's pretty much it. So thanks for watching, everyone, and I hope this has been helpful. Feel free to explore the other video blog postings, which are all really helpful if you're feeling a bit confused about websites and how it all works. Of course, if you've got any questions, feel free to check out the website at LemonChip.com, or contact me directly via email or phone or any of the other contact methods listed on the website. So we'll see you all later, and look forward to delivering you another helpful video very soon.